supported by my savior again. Okay, let's see this sample slide. Here's something wrong with this sample slide. Let's check it out. Actually, first, you should keep some margins between paragraph and paragraph. You should put some margin between paragraph and paragraph to make it easier to read. Also, put some margins between at the left side for in case for the binding. Okay. Now here we go. The next slide. Next sample slide. When you are doing a point-to-point approach, try to make an indent, which means 缩排, to make it easier to read. Keep white is also useful. That's one. Okay. Keep white is also useful when making a cover page. Here's a sample slide from jury and the summer jury exhibition. Actually, this slide is really good enough, but if you pay attention to the rule, you will totally create a totally different feeling. Okay, like this. By keep white, you can make your cover page high quality and graceful feeling. Yeah, that's good. After talking about 2 tips to make a PowerPoint slide clear enough and 2 details you should keep in mind when making a PowerPoint, let's move on to the next part, how to do a compelling speech.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Amanda, and according to the questionnaire we have done to you before, we will focus our topic today on the presentation part. Okay, the presentation part will be most of it will be the topic and the content preparation. Okay, let's start our presentation. First of all, according to a study, which is a book called Presenting to Win, there is only 19 seconds for you to capture your audience attention. Once you lost it, okay, you lost it. So we have provided 7 options for you to take into consideration when you are doing an opening. Okay, let's start. The first one is asking the question. Okay, this is actually a great thing to capture your audience attention. However, be aware of asking humiliating questions like their age, their marriage, or even though how's their salary, something like that. These questions may make the audience feel uncomfortable, and they may not be able to listen to your presentation of the rest part. However, if you make good use of it, this is actually the best way to capture your audience attention. Okay, let's move on to the second one. A statement. A statement can be a news, a fact, or even a number. Also, you should be aware of that. You should also ask a statement that is highly related to your topic. For example, you can mention the decreasing profit of your company or the growing risk of your company. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Next one is the look back and look behind. Well, this may be not that familiar to most of the people. Okay, I'll give you an example. For example, you are a CEO of your company, and suppose the economy is decreasing now, and you can say that, okay, I was also a salesperson before, and I can truly understand what you are facing now. And this part is the before part. Okay, next you'll move on to the next part, is that you can say, however, you believe that based on your company's ability, you're still able to fulfill all the difficulties and solve the problem. And this is the after part. By doing the before and the after, you're going to combine all the things together and make the audience feel encouraged, and they'll be more willing to listen to part of the rest of your presentation. Okay. Next, let's move on to the quote part. When I'm speaking of a quote, it's not from a Shakespeare, please. For example, you can, if you want to emphasize the importance of persistence, instead of getting from a Shakespeare, where there's a will, there's a way, you can get from a newspaper. As you can see, even these 2 sentences actually have the same meaning, but since the second one is more related to the audience, it will become more persuasive and convincible. Okay. After talking about some tips about the opening part, I'll move on to the content preparation. According to a book, The Art of Presentation, there is something that you have to remember whenever you are preparing for your speech, is that you should pretend yourself as the audience. Before you are preparing for the content, you should always ask yourself questions like, what's beneficial to us? So what? And who cares? Well, this may seem a little bit unclear to you, therefore I have provided 2 examples to support my explanation. Okay, let's move on. Suppose that you are an IC company and you are giving a lecture to all the stockholders in your company. Instead of saying that, okay, this is our company's brochure, and there's no other companies that have more products in the brochure than our company. However, this time you should ask yourself a question. So what? And what is beneficial to the audience? Therefore, today we have made a little correction into we have produced so many products that our earnings will not be affected by the depressing economy. By saying this, your audience, who is the stockholders of your company, will become more confident to your company and become more willing to invest more money to your company in the future. Okay, let's move on to the second example. Suppose that you are a manufacturing company and you are giving a speech to your partner. Instead of saying, okay, this is the product we have invented and it's a very powerful one. At the same time, you should also ask yourself a question. So what? What is beneficial to the audience? Okay, this time we'll just add a little bit few more words in the sentence. And the whole world cannot wait to buy it. By doing this, your partner will understand the potential of your company and become more willing to make cooperation with you in the future. Okay, in summary to the content preparation is that never let your audience think. Okay, you may wonder, hey Amanda, my audience are all smart. Why do I have to do this? Won't they just understand by themselves? Well, but sometimes when they're still thinking about the meaning of your sentences, you may already jump to the next part, which will lead them not to stay focused in the rest of your presentation. Okay, so always follow a rule. Never let your audience think. Okay, here comes to the preview part. We have provided 2 ways to make your slide clear enough to speak for themselves. Also, we have provided 2 details that you should be aware of when you are doing a slide. And in regard to the presentation part, we have provided ways about the opening part and the content part. So are you excited now? Do you want to make your own presentation right away? Yay! Go home and try it yourself. Thank you.
Hey, go ahead.